Alright, so if you've been thinking about flying with Delta or even just booked a flight recently, you've probably seen those Amex Delta SkyMiles credit cards floating around. They're pretty much everywhere right now. And honestly, it can get a little overwhelming as there are 4 different versions of the card, each with its own mix of perks, fees, miles, and upgrade options. So if you're sitting there thinking, okay, which one of these is actually worth it? Do I even need one? And what's changed for 2025? Well, don't worry, I've got you. In this video, I'm going to break it all down. I'll go over what each card offers, how the SkyMiles program actually works, and whether or not these cards are a good fit for you based on how you travel. Whether you're a once-in-a-year vacation flyer or you're chasing medallion status like it's the Olympics, there's probably something here for you. So let's dive in and figure it out together. Alright, so before you get tempted by that welcome bonus or those free miles, let's talk about who these Delta SkyMiles cards are actually good for. Because let's be real, these aren't one-size-fits-all cards. Depending on how often you fly, what you value most, like free bags, upgrades, or lounge access, and how much you're spending, some of these cards might be a great fit and others not so much. So here's the breakdown. If you fly with Delta maybe once or twice a year and want to save on baggage fees, maybe board a little earlier and earn a few miles while you're at it, the Delta SkyMiles Gold card could be a solid move. It offers your first checked bag free of charge, and it has a decent intro bonus. It's perfect if you're not chasing elite status but still want to make your trip a little smoother. Now, if you're hopping on a Delta flight a few times a month or you just want to level up your travel experience, the Delta SkyMiles Platinum or Reserve cards are a good choice. They both offer you priority boarding, better chances of an upgrade, and help you hit medallion status faster. And yes, if you're into companion certificates, like fly with someone for free once a year, both of these high-tier cards offer that too. The Reserve card especially, as it comes with access to the Delta Sky Club and Centurion Lounge, upgrade priority, and MQD boost if you're trying to hit elite status without actually flying 100,000 miles a year. Then if Delta is your go-to airline and you're not even looking at the other carriers, any of these cards are honestly kind of a no-brainer. You'll earn more SkyMiles on everyday spending, you'll save money on baggage fees, and you'll stack perks that make flying way more enjoyable. So who should skip these cards? Well, if you rarely fly with Delta or barely at all, these probably aren't worth the annual fee, especially for the higher tier ones. And if you're someone who prefers cashback or flexibility over airline miles, there are better options out there. The bottom line, if Delta is your main airline and you want to stretch your miles and perks a little further, there's probably a SkyMiles card with your name on it. You've just got to pick one that matches your travel style. Okay, so now let's start by looking at the entry-level Delta SkyMiles Blue American Express card. And not surprisingly, this is the cheapest card in the range of Delta SkyMiles cards, as it has no annual fee. So this card is great for anybody who is new to credit cards or anyone who just wants to start taking advantage of earning miles with Delta. Now, when it comes to a sign-up bonus, the Blue card is currently offering the ability to earn 10,000 bonus miles after you manage to spend just $1,000 on the card within a 6-month period. And with Delta SkyMiles being worth about 1.2 cents per mile, the 10,000 mile sign-up bonus is worth $120. Now, when it comes to earning miles, the Delta SkyMiles Blue Amex card provides a few categories where you can earn miles from. So there are 2 options for earning 2 times miles with this card, which are eating out at restaurants and any purchases that are made directly with Delta. Anything else you use the card to pay for will earn you just 1 mile per dollar spent. So for a card that has no annual fee, the miles earning potential is not too bad. But you will need to spend a fair amount of money on the card to actually realize a reasonable amount of value. Now, in terms of benefits, there isn't a whole lot on offer with the Blue card, but that's not too unusual for entry-level cards like this. So the first benefit that comes with the Blue card is the ability to receive a 20% saving for in-flight food and beverage purchases when flying with Delta. Then the next benefit with this card is that it essentially allows you to save a little bit of money when you use the Pay with Miles option. This gives you the ability to receive up to $50 off the cost of a flight for every 5,000 miles that you use to redeem when booking through delta.com. And whilst this isn't anything to get too excited about, it's better than nothing. So the second card in this lineup is the Delta SkyMiles Gold American Express card. And compared to the Blue card, this card actually offers quite a lot more benefits and perks, but it also has an annual fee. Essentially, the first year of card ownership is totally free. Then each year thereafter will cost you $150. So this card is great if you already use Delta to travel and want to get more value out of that travel. And although it will require you to spend a certain amount to get some of the benefits on offer, in my opinion, it's totally worth it. Now, the sign-up bonus with the Amex Delta SkyMiles Gold card is quite a lot more valuable than what the Blue card is offering. Currently, it is possible to earn 50,000 bonus miles if you can manage to spend $2,000 on the card within the first 6 months of opening the account. And with Delta SkyMiles being worth 1.2 cents per mile, this sign-up bonus is worth $600. So whilst you will need to spend twice as much as the Blue card to actually receive a sign-up bonus, it's essentially worth worth 4 times as much. Another way of looking at it is that it will cover 4 years of the $150 annual fee. Now, in terms of earning miles, the Amex Delta SkyMiles Gold Card offers the ability to earn miles from a slightly wider range of categories than what the Blue Card does. Essentially, you will be able to earn 2 times miles from the following categories: purchases made at US supermarkets, restaurant purchases, and direct purchases made with Delta. All other purchases that are made on the card will earn you just 1 mile per dollar spent. So it should be much easier to earn a ton of miles with the Gold Card, specifically thanks to the addition of 2 times miles earnings on grocery purchases. Now, when it comes to benefits and perks, the Gold Card offers a lot more value than the Blue Card, which makes it a much better option in my opinion. So the first and most notable benefit on offer is the ability to receive a $200 Delta flight credit after you spend $10,000 on the card within a calendar year. Simply put, that's about $200 per week over the course of 12 months to meet the spend requirement to receive this benefit. So if and when you do receive this benefit, it basically makes up for the cost of the annual fee of $150. Then if you book a hotel through Delta Stays, you will receive a $100 credit. Another benefit that can provide you with a lot of value is the ability to get your first check bag free. This can actually save you a fair amount of money if you travel quite frequently, as it does cost $70 per round trip per person to check your first bag. And best of all, it covers up to 9 people that are traveling on the same reservation as you, the cardholder. That's a potential saving of $630 for a round trip, assuming all 9 people had to check one bag. Another nice benefit that comes with the Gold Card is priority boarding. This means you will receive main cabin 1 priority boarding. So if you like to get on the plane before most of the other passengers, this is a great benefit to have, specifically as you won't have to fight for overhead bin space to store your carry-on luggage. Another benefit that is included with the Gold Card and not the Blue Card is the Take Off 15 offer. This basically gives you the ability to receive 15% off your booking when you use your own miles to book a flight. Along with this, for every 5,000 miles you redeem through Pay with Miles, you will receive $50 off the cost of your flight. Then, just like the Blue Card, you get the same 20% back on in-flight purchases when flying with Delta. So the third card in this lineup is the Delta SkyMiles Platinum American Express card. Now, with a $350 annual fee, this card is quite a bit more expensive than the Gold Card. But to be fair, it does offer a lot more value than both the Blue and Gold Card, as it has a wider range of benefits and perks. So if you frequently travel with Delta and are looking to get a ton of benefits and perks, this is a great card to consider. Now, at the time of making this video, the sign-up bonus on offer with the Platinum card is the ability to earn 60,000 bonus miles after you spend $3,000 on the card within the first 6 months of card ownership. And with Delta SkyMiles being worth 1.2 cents per mile, this sign-up bonus is worth $720. That's enough to cover the cost of the annual fee for 2 years. Now, when it comes to earning miles, the Amex Delta SkyMiles Platinum card offers a lot more potential to earn miles than both the Blue and Gold card, specifically as it has higher miles earning categories and a wider range of options to choose from. So starting right at the top, you will be able to earn 3 times miles from the following categories: purchases that are made directly with Delta and hotel bookings that are made directly with hotels. You can then earn 2 times miles from the following categories: purchases made at US supermarkets and purchases made at restaurants in the US. Then all other purchases that are made on the card will earn you just 1 mile per dollar spent. Now, when it comes to benefits, the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card comes with a lot more benefits and perks than both the Gold and Blue card. And even though this card does cost quite a bit more on an annual basis, if you make use of most of the benefits, you will easily make up for the cost of the annual fee. So the most valuable benefit that comes with this card is the annual companion certificate. Now, just note that you will need to have this card for 12 months first and then renew the card for the following year before you can receive this benefit. So the annual companion certificate is valid for a main cabin round trip, either domestically within the US or travel to Mexico, the Caribbean, or Central America. And needless to say, this can potentially be worth quite a lot of money depending on when and where you fly. It's not that hard to save at least $700 with this benefit. So it's really good value and more than covers the cost of the annual fee. Now, there are a few things that you should know about the companion certificate before you use it. It cannot be used for basic economy fares. It can only be used to book main cabin fares. It has to be a round trip ticket. One-way tickets are not eligible for this offer. Also, when utilizing the companion certificate, you must be traveling with the main card holder on the same flight under the same reservation. And finally, round trips will incur government-imposed taxes and fees of between $22 and $250. Now, when you do decide to utilize your companion certificate, there are a few restrictions. You will only be able to make a booking through the website delta.com/redeem. Also, companion certificates can only be booked on classes L, U, T, X, and V in the main cabin. For this reason, it can be a little difficult finding free flights. So I highly recommend that you book well in advance to secure your flight. Now, along with the companion certificate, there are still quite a few valuable benefits on offer. One is the ability of being placed on a complimentary upgrade list. You will then receive a $150 Delta Stays credit. This essentially provides you with a $150 credit when you make a booking through Delta Stays on delta.com. There is then a $120 rideshare credit that is provided in $10 allotments each month, and this can be used for services such as Uber or Lyft. You will receive a $120 Resi credit that is provided to you in $10 credits each month over the course of the year, and this can be used towards restaurant bookings that are booked through the website resi.com. You will then receive a $120 credit that can be used for either global entry or TSA pre-check. Now, another benefit that is included with this card is the MQD Head Start and MQD Boost. With this, you will receive 2,500 medallion qualification dollars each medallion qualification year. Along with this, you will also be able to earn 1 medallion qualification dollar per $20 spent on the card. This will basically help to bring you a little bit closer to medallion status over time. You will then receive complimentary Hertz 5-star status. And then, just like the gold card, you also get the following benefits: 20% back on in-flight purchases, the Takeoff 15 benefit, priority boarding, your first check bag free, and the ability to receive $50 off the cost of your flight for every 5,000 miles you redeem through Pay with Miles. Okay, so the last and most exclusive card on this list is the Delta SkyMiles Reserve American Express card. And not surprisingly, it is quite a bit more expensive than all of the other cards on offer. Essentially, it has an annual fee of $650, which is almost 2 times the price of the Platinum card. Now, when it comes to the sign-up bonus, it is slightly more valuable than what you get with the Platinum card. At the time of making this video, the current sign-up bonus is 70,000 bonus miles after you manage to spend $5,000 on the card within the first 6 months of opening the account. And with Delta SkyMiles being valued at around 1.2 cents per mile, this sign-up bonus is worth $840. So it's not a bad sign-up bonus, but it only covers the cost of the annual fee for just over a year. Now, when it comes to earning miles, the Reserve card falls flat, in my opinion. Essentially, it is possible to receive 3 times miles for purchases made directly through Delta. Then all other purchases that are made on the card will earn you just 1 mile per dollar spent. So if you fly with Delta constantly, you will have the ability to earn quite a lot of miles. But if you don't, this card has a pretty poor miles earning potential. Now, in terms of benefits, the Delta SkyMiles Reserve American Express card does offer some pretty impressive benefits, as you would expect for a card that costs $650 a year. So the most valuable benefit on offer that comes with this card is the annual companion certificate. And the main difference with this compared to the Platinum card's annual companion certificate is that it can also be used for a first class or Delta Comfort Plus booking. This can potentially be worth literally thousands of dollars depending on when and where you fly. So it's a fantastic benefit to have access to. But remember that you will have to wait a full 12 months before you are able to receive it. Now, just like the companion certificate that comes with the Platinum card, there are similar restrictions in place, which are: it can be not used for basic economy fares. It can only be used to book first class, Delta Comfort Plus, or main cabin fares. It must be a round trip ticket, as one-way tickets are not eligible for this offer. You must be traveling with the main card holder on the same flight under the same reservation. And all round trips will incur government-imposed taxes and fees of between $22 and $250. Now, another valuable benefit that only comes with the Reserve card is lounge access to both the Delta Sky Club and Centurion Lounge. With the Delta Sky Club, you will be provided with 15 visits each year. If you want to visit more than this, you will need to spend $75,000 on the card within a year. This will then allow for unlimited visits for the remainder of the year. It's also worth noting that if you are flying on a basic economy flight, you will not be allowed access to the lounge. Then with the Centurion Lounge, you will have access as a card member. And you will also have the ability to bring along 2 guests, but it will cost $50 per guest. And it's worth noting that to gain access to either of these lounges, you must be flying on a same-day Delta flight. Now, along with the companion certificate and lounge access, there are still quite a few valuable perks and benefits worth mentioning. The first is a $200 Delta Stays credit. This is $80 more than what you get with the Platinum card. There is the same $120 rideshare credit that is provided to you in $10 allotments each month. Then there is a $240 Resi credit, which is provided in $20 allotments each month, so twice as much as what the Platinum card is offering. There is the same $120 credit for global entry or TSA pre-check. You will also be eligible for the complimentary upgrade list. There is the same 2,500 medallion qualification dollars each medallion qualification year, and you will be able to earn 1 medallion qualification dollar per $10 spent on the Reserve card, compared to the Platinum card's required spend of $20. There is access to Hertz President's Circle status, which is the next level up from Hertz 5-star status. And And finally, just like the Gold and Platinum card, you also receive the following benefits. The Takeoff 15 benefit, 20% back on in-flight purchases, priority boarding, your first checked bag free, and the ability to receive $50 off the cost of your flight for every 5,000 miles you redeem through Pay with Miles. Okay, so that covers pretty much everything you need to know about all 4 of the Amex Delta SkyMiles credit cards. And depending on what you were looking for, there is a card for pretty much everyone. If you're keen to start earning miles without spending too much on a card, I'd personally skip the blue card and go for the gold card. Even though it's $150 for the annual fee from the second year of card ownership, the sign-up bonus for 50,000 miles pretty much offsets this for 4 years. So you technically have 5 years to use the card for free. It also has a better miles earning potential, specifically with the addition of 2 times miles earnings at US grocery stores. Now, if you're looking for the ultimate Delta experience, the Reserve card is a good choice, specifically as it offers access to the Delta Sky Club and Centurion Lounge. And the annual companion certificate that can be used on a first class flight is really quite valuable. Now, if I had to pick one of these cards, I would personally go for the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card, as it has a much better miles earning potential than all of the other cards. It is also substantially cheaper than the Reserve card on an annual basis. Also, I'm not desperately fussed about getting a first class companion certificate. The regular companion certificate that comes with the Platinum card is perfectly fine with me. But I'd love to know what your thoughts are on these cards and which one you would choose. Now, if you've made it this far through the video, make sure to hit the like button so more people get the chance to see it. And if you'd like to learn more about how the Delta companion certificate actually works, check out this video here.